Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our exclusive Ultimate Consumer Seminar. Choosing a perfect home is no ordinary decision. It is an investment in you and your family's future, your aspirations, and your happiness. Our expert EC speaker, James Poe, is geared up to provide you with an in-depth guide price analysis, empowering you to make the wisest decision when selecting your ideal unit. Discover the insider insights, explore the remarkable features, and gain a comprehensive understanding of your property investment. You can be assured that every aspect of the decision-making process is well-informed and seamless. Before we begin, let me give a short introduction of our speaker today. ERA Senior Division Director James Poe is an esteemed industry veteran in the real estate aspect. He has an array of experience and knowledge in the real estate industry, accumulated over 18 years. His recent accolades include finishing the top Senior Division Director in 2022. Leading a team of 28 property agents, he guides and nurtures each of them to become an elite consultant in the real estate industry. Without further ado, let's make your dream home a reality tonight. James, over to you.
Thank you, everyone. Let me share screen now. Okay, if you can hear me, can you just give me a thumbs up or just one in the chat if you all don't mind, so that I know I'm speaking to the right people here, that people can hear me. Everyone can hear me? Begin to see the ones. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, let's start. Okay. Today, we are going to talk about this. Welcome to the last and final Altura Ultimate Consumer Seminar that we are going to host before the booking day on Saturday. Now, everyone, I want to congratulate everyone who have dropped their better tickets. I see so exciting faces out there. I think the price is really, really enticing. I'd like to thank the developer Ching Chen for fulfilling their promise to us that they will not outprice this very beautiful EC that they have launched at Bukit Batok. All right, so today I'm going to go through in depth the strategic unit selection for each and every unit at Altura and how this price, okay, it compares to the current market and how it will help you fulfill your, aspiration of owning a luxurious EC, and on top of that, gain financially as well in the very near future. All right, so without further ado, we shall start our seminar right now. Okay, some disclaimer here. All right, some disclaimer here. The presentation, as far as possible, I've used what is updated as information that will help you make a decision. But please do check with the bankers and the lawyers with regards to your financial standing and the legality of your purchase. All right. Okay, very quickly. The few points I'm going to take part, they're going to cover in today's seminar will be some market updates, that's for sure. What is the market telling you about EC, and a very in-depth price analysis that I'm going to conduct for you on Altura prices that you have seen earlier. All right, for those who have not seen, don't worry, this price will be out, it is in the show flag right now. All right, of course, I think the balloting ticket has stopped dropping, so you can come back tomorrow again to view the price. Now then, thereafter, I'm going to cover 3 important factors about Altura, and more importantly, Altura EC. What is the affordability portion of it? What is the profitability portion of it? And how this Altura EC can be a very impeccable exit plan for you. Okay, very quickly, some market updates. I think on April 21st, you've seen this before. I think our agents have shown to you. Okay, ECs are the top gainers, and especially those EC in the West. We are talking about Soul Acres, we're talking about Rainforest and Wonderville. So very recently, Soul Acres in the West has achieved 82 to 86% profit. So that is why there is a new lingo right now for EC where they say you buy one and get free one. All right, so these profit margins are only possible for a few simple points I'll elaborate to you later on, and how Altura will fit into all this profitability issue as well. Okay, then of course, before that, ECs there was another article that was out in Straits Times. It states that EC is a popular choice among every one of the sandwich class like you and me. The privileged ones, only Singaporeans can buy EC, and only those eligible can buy EC. So that is why the prices that you see when compared to what the other launches are selling can be a very big difference. All right, so EC comes with a full suite of condominium facilities and is physically no difference with a new launch itself. So for most EC buyers, the main appeal of it is the condo address and the lifestyle, but at a cheaper price itself. Now, EC puts immediately a price advantage for Singaporeans when they buy EC and when compared to another person who buy a private new launch. All right, so this price advantage is there. By how much, I'm going to show it to you later on. Now, of course, EC buyers, like as stated in the article, has enjoyed larger capital gains than most new launches out there. Okay, the ECs are so hot and developer notice. So when there's a land available for bidding, the developers tend to go in very aggressively. So you see for Tengah itself, which was this newspaper article, which was published on the 20th of June this year, it states that developers are very hungry for EC land. All right, so according to the May 2023 figures, only 747 new ECs are available in the market right now. So because they see the take-up rate is so strong, developers will tend to bid aggressively. So if you're thinking that EC prices will stabilize or even go down in the future in 1, 2, or 3 years' time, then maybe you got it wrong. Because all these developers, when they start competing for land, the clearly one big factor in the decision to be offered by the government is the price. So in view of the current situation of the supply chain problems that we face, construction costs has increased. So this being said, right, well, I can be quite sure that it will tell you that the future EC prices will definitely be higher than what you see in the current market right now. So even though there is another EC site just adjacent, which is slated for launch in November 2023, developers are certainly not reserving their bullets for later. So that was Tengah. Tampines itself has attracted 7 bidders as well. Again, very aggressive. So the market secret is that the current price that is going to, the winning bid will range between $620 to $700 per square feet. This kind of $700 per square feet price has a winning bid is unheard of in the EC market. All right, so if you can go in early like what you do in Altura, so my heartfelt advice to every one of my Singaporean friends out there, and especially ERA clients out there, you better go for one now, because the future, the price will go up. All right, this is what I understand from what the market is telling me, and also what are the bidding prices that is going to be announced very soon. So the price gap between new condos and suburbs ECs remain very wide and significant. So it's become ECs continue to be an attractive proposition for Singaporeans because of one thing, the affordability for eligible buyers. All right. Of course, recently, you know, there was a lot of cooling measures thrown in by the government. The increase in the additional buyer stamp duty rates in late April make ECs even more enticing because all EC buyers are not subjected to ABSD. All right. So that is the market update. Now I will delve straight into the price analysis. I think you're all looking forward to this. How is Altura prices compared to the current new launch price? All right, let's do this. So to bring everything to context, this is the site plan of Altura, and I usually like to show every one of our clients how the price points is. So what you see in green here are probably the entry level price. Okay, these are all the entry level prices you have at Altura. All right, so the secondary mid-tier pricing will be those in yellow. All right, and those in red are actually those on the very good side, on the very good stacks itself, so they'll be priced slightly higher than the rest. Okay, so 3 different zones I want to take note of. The green zone, which is the entry level, the intermediate zone for pricing, the yellow color ones, and the premium ones, which are highlighted in bold red itself. So you can see that those facing the pool and those having those very good unblocked views, right, will tend to have premium price into the unit itself. Okay, so price zones in context being set here. All right, so how is Altura price compared to all the new launches out there? So I made a bit of comparison with 3 new launches that are still selling out in the market right now. First, let's do a 3-bedroom comparison. What we have in Altura right now here is our C1 980 Premium Plus Study. Okay, I took 0704 and I compare it with another 3-room about the same size at 926 square feet and also on the same level, 07 on the 7th floor. And I found out that what Altura offers to every buyer out there for MPS scheme is 1.397 mil. That is about 1,426 per square feet. And if I find that what is available in the market and I go into Botany itself, Botany is actually a new launch, okay, at Dairy Farm itself. And I found that for a 3-bedroom of a size 926 square feet, it costs you about 1.9 million. There is a 39% price difference between Altura and Botany. So this is the kind of affordability that the newspaper articles talk about. This is the kind of a price advantage, all right, that all the industry expert there is talking about. This 40% advantage. And if you quantify and you monetize this difference is about 500,000, about 550,000 price difference between a 3-bedroom for Altura and a 3-bedroom you can get in Botany. Okay, and besides that, the floor plans are also very livable for Altura. Why? Because every single 3-bedroom unit you get at Altura, you get a study area. Okay, so study area are built in by Qingjian, our developer, because they understand that based on the current market itself, based on the pandemic that was just recently announced over by the government, there will be a lot of work from home situation and home-based learning for the children itself. So every single family need that extra space there for their study. All right, so this is something that is built into every 3-bedroom that we have at Altura. So something that you can take note of. And then if you look at these 2 floor plans, I like to highlight Botany here. You see this little turn here. This is what we call a curve-shaped kind of entry point into the unit. And this is actually quite a, in terms of the square area itself, is actually kind of wasted here. All right, so you won't have this issue at Altura for our C1980 square feet. All right, so level to level, all right. And in terms of our new launch, in terms of the same bedroom size, we have not only a study, our price is also very attractive, easily about 550,000 cheaper. Okay, that's 3-bedroom. How about a 4-bedroom at Altura itself? Altura, I took D1, our very livable, very sizable space that we have for our upgraders here in the market. D1, 1206 square feet. Again, I took the 7th floor and I compared it with another OCR project right up in the north called Lentor Hills Residences, very near in between Yishun and Wu Chu Kang itself. All right, so I took this 4-bedroom and I started I compare the price itself. And I found out both 2nd floor units, right? Altura is going for about 1.718 for MPS itself. That works out to be only 1,425 square feet. Why am I so excited about 1,425 per square feet? Because in our mind, when we were doing all the pricing, especially for our clients before today, that means the price was announced, we were all estimating between 1,450 and 1,005. We were really hoping the developer won't go more than 1,005 per square feet. But lo and behold, they marked their word, they gave their word to us, and then the price that you see here is only 1,425 per square feet. And if you compare this 4-bedroom, our D1 with Lentor Hill Residences, which is a 4C2 itself, you will see a 61% price difference. If you count it and you monetize this, it's a $1 million difference between what you can get at Altura and what you can get at Lentor Hill Residences. So clearly, the price advantage is even bigger for bigger units itself. So this gave EC buyers, the privileged ones like you and me, an opportunity to enter something at a very safe and affordable price, and yet gain later on when we're prepared to sell our unit at EC. All right. So let's look at the floor plans itself as well. All right, let's look at the floor plans itself as well. If you look at what Lentor Hills has to offer you, there is 2 storeroom here, but there is no designated flexi room or study area. But at Altura, just like our 3-bedroom, we give for this 4-bedroom D1, D2, and D3, we're offering flexi room itself as well. So this flexi room can be converted to your study. All right. So this is something advantageous to you in the event if you want to have 3-generation kind of living, or you have a lot of children in your family itself. They can use this room to work from home for the adults, and even home-based learning if they're asked to do so by the school. All right. So not only price is enticing, the layout itself with what is given itself is also very good. So that's 4-bedroom. Okay, so for those with bigger appetites and need the bigger room to house everyone in from 3G to 4G kind of living, 5-bedroom at Altura, E1, 1,539 square feet. Again, I took the 7th floor, and this time around, I compared with another new launch, which is called the Mist. Okay, that is around about in the Upper Bukit Timah area, okay, the mist, all right, cashew area, yes, the cashew estate itself. All right, so I found out that there are two different kind of layouts here, but the price itself, the difference is about 46%. And that is again about $1 million difference that you see. So with the price difference, Altura 5-bedroom, you save about 1 million, okay, when you buy this 5-bedroom at Altura. Okay, and in terms of per square feet, it's about $480 per square feet cheaper than what you can get at the Mist. All right, so if you look at the whole context of things, not only is our floor plans and our area that we are giving to you at Altura very livable with very flexible kind of study area you can convert, we also have a major distinct advantage, which is the price. Okay, so that itself summarizes, okay, what this current price that you see at Altura compared to what is available in the market you can buy for new launches out there. Okay, let's delve straight into our very specific bedroom price analysis. Let's do C1 first. Our 3-bedroom premium plus study C1. Now, for guests of ERA, for our distinguished customers of ERA, please do yourself this favor, and I've told all my agents to do so as well. Please, do select up to 30 to 40 units as your backup plan. Okay, why? Because you don't know your ballot number. Of course, if your ballot number is right in front, the front field, then you don't have to choose that many for that matter. But if you are slightly behind, then take this opportunity to work with our salesperson to shortlist as many units as possible, probably 30 to 40 units. I can tell you for sure, every unit there is very livable and comfortable. Every unit there is something that what a lot of Singaporeans expect of when they upgrade to EC, because first, they enjoy the condo facilities. Secondly, the layout in terms of the study and the whole plan of things is what is exactly expected of a condominium itself. So that being said, let's go through the price point of C1. All right, 3-bedroom premium plus study C1. Okay, so the entry level one are the green color ones, stack 15 and 18. Okay, so the lowest price you can get there is about 1.348. This kind of price, nowhere in Singapore you can find for a new launch, for a brand new 3-bedroom. The mid-level one, which is 7th floor, is only not even 1.48, it's about 1.379. So if you like something higher on the 14th floor, then choose 1.420. Now, in the event, what if 15 and 18 are both sold out? So I can tell you for sure that if you can talk to our agents, okay, if you prefer something mid-floor and higher, do shortlist these both stacks, okay, together in your shortlist itself. Now, what if when your turn comes, 15 and 18 is sold out? All right, not to worry. We have a backup plan called Stack 23. Now, Stack 23, okay, if you attended our Feng Shui talk by Joey Wong, okay, he has mentioned that, surrounding Altura itself, there are hills and also water itself. So Stack 23 actually faces one of the hills there. All right, so Stack 23, slightly higher, the price difference of only 17K more. All right, you can get exactly the same layout, but maybe slightly a better view as well. All right, so that is only a 70K difference between the 14th floor unit of Stack 15 and 18 and the 14th floor unit of Stack 23. So if I were you, if I shortlist, probably I'll take 23 first, then I put 15 and 18 as my backup plan. Okay, so this is how I shortlist my units. Okay, you have to strategize this. Customers of ERA, you have to strategize this because you don't know your ballot number until Friday. Friday, there'll be this balloting draw. So get ready all these numbers in so that you are prepared to, and when it comes Saturday, when it's your turn to book, you're very sure that these units are all within what you can afford for sure, and secondly, what you expect of Altura itself. All right, so then if you like something, okay, that is of slightly better view, then you can choose Stack 4 and 5. Now again, Stack 4 and 5, the price difference is also about 17K. So essentially, all C1s, the entry level ones are actually quite close apart. 17K additional when it comes to the down payment, when it comes to the taxes, and it comes to installment, is actually very little. Later on, I'm going to show to you how 40,000 difference in price affects you in terms of down payment and in terms of your installment. So before I go there, let me explain the price. So Stack 4 and 5 itself over here faces Bukit View Primary School. Okay, starting price is quite close to Stack 15 and 18 and 23 itself. 17K apart, about 1.372. The highest level at 1.37. All right, almost the same as Stack 23. So shortlist these units. So what you do is you tell our agents, look, James, I want something from the 5th floor onwards, for instance. Okay, so write everything from 5th floor onwards from Stack 15, 18, 23, 4, 5, and prioritize the stacks. Then you prioritize the level that you are hoping to get. All right, so price difference is almost negligible for 23 and 4 and 5, so you should bundle this together because these prices are almost similar itself. All right, so the premium ones are stack 6 and stack 24. I don't have to tell you why is it premium, because you can see from there the yellow color, apologies, the yellow color ones is clearly facing the pool. All right, so pool facing ones are usually the premium ones, like in every single new launch out there. It's not only applicable for EC, it applies for resale as well. It applies for new launches as well. So stack 6, stack 24, price difference roughly about 41K. 41K sounds a lot to you. 41K sounds a lot to you, but in terms of down payment and in terms of installment itself, it's actually quite small. I'm going to break this figure down very shortly with you. All right, so choose the units, choose 30 to 40 units. My preference is about 30 to 40 units. Okay, first what you do is you choose your preferred stacks itself. All right, these are the stacks here. Then you shortlist it from the highest level to the lowest level you will go. All right, so big difference in price, probably about only 40-50K between the best unit and the entry level price unit. So makes not much difference. Seriously, make not much difference in terms of down payment and installment. Okay, so that's C1. C2, the main difference between C1 and C2 is actually the study area, where C2 has this window gap here, whereas C1 don't have. So that's the main difference. Other than that, well, how about the price? So the entry level one for dark brown ones, you see here, stack 14, stack 19, and stack 22. So these are our entry level one. And it's not even a beyond 1.4, it starts from 1.358. And on the 14th floor, we should clear the multi-story car park comfortably. Okay, it only costs you 1.423. So this kind of price at 1.423, seriously, on this high level floor on the 14th floor, for instance, you buy 14-22, the stack number itself, you will not only have, you know, a very good view, okay, very high floor, you will save roughly about 500,000 to 600,000 if you compare yourself buying a new launch out there. Okay, so the slightly more expensive one, which costs you only about 28K difference, are my stack 1 and stack 8, which faces Bukit View Primary School itself, which is actually very far away. I think you know this by yourself. Okay, so if the price is only about 28 to 30K difference, if I were you, I shortlist every single one of them. I go by every stack itself. So that is why from the start, I told you every unit is a good unit. Why? Because you like this layout, you are comfortable with this layout. It's only which facing you are buying and how much you are paying for as well. So if the price difference is very small, for instance, between 30K to 40K, then you should factor all this in as well, so as to expand your choices and make things easier for yourself when you come booking day. Because come booking day, there will be a snake queue, and you will see me there and see all the leaders there as well. All right, so we'll be asking which unit are you looking for. So imagine if all the units that you're shortlisted are not there anymore, and there's not enough units to go, then you have this issue and this problem. Okay, so 3-bedroom C2 itself, price difference only about 28K difference between our 1422 and our 1408 itself. Go for every single stack and choose accordingly. Okay. Now our 4-bedroom deluxe D1. I'm quite sure this will be sold out on day one. Don't quote me there, but it's just my gut feel from my experience itself. So how does it pan out? How does D1 pan out in terms of pricing? Let's look at this. The green color ones, our entry level ones, is stack 10 and stack 17. If you ask me very professionally, okay, if you get to choose, okay, if you get to choose, okay, then I think you should take 17, okay, instead of 7. So you choose 17 first, then you choose stack 10, okay, because of the view itself. This is my professional point of view. Every stack is a good stack, but if I will prioritize because you are ERA customers, from my professional point of view, take 17 and then you shortlist 10. All right, entry level, not even 1.7. So on the second floor unit, you're getting about 1.668 for a 4-room condominium you can get. Mid-floor ones haven't even hit 1.7 yet, so probably about 1.698. The highest floor one hits about, the second highest floor on the 14th floor is going for about 1.746%. All right, so these are our entry level ones for stack 10 and stack 17 for our D1 premium plus flexi. Flexi room is actually the one you can convert to a small bedroom or even a study room. Okay, so next come our red color ones, our intermediate ones, our secondary ones are stack 20 itself. All right, stack 20 itself from the master bedroom here, if you can see, sorry, let me find my cursor. Okay, if you follow my cursor here, you can see this is actually pool facing. So some of the bedrooms can actually see the pool itself. So that's why it's slightly higher, okay, starting from 1.688. But the highest floor, the jump difference is only about 20K difference only. It's only a 20K difference between this row here and this row here. Okay, so if you like something slightly away from the rowdiness of a swimming pool, then probably you take number 13, stack 13 itself. Stack 13, starting price is only slightly above 1.7 mil. And then for the top of second top floor of 1413, you are talking about 1.812, which is still very, very affordable based on the current market. Okay, for a 4-bedroom new launch, but because it's EC, we cannot sell you at 2.8 million. Okay, now stack 7 and stack 16 itself are our premium ones. 7 and 16. Why? Because they're all pool facing. All right, so 1.7, probably 1.8-ish, you can get one of the best units for D1 already. That is why I say this kind of pricing, with this kind of facing, this 4-bedroom deluxe D1 should be a sold-out unit on day one. So that being said, if you're looking for a D1 or a D2, please shortlist as many as possible. Talk to our agents, tell him that your preferred stacks, rank them, and then your preferred floors and rank them as well. It will make life very much easier for both parties at the stake queue itself. Okay? All right, so next. All right, I'm going to go for D3. Now, D3 is our premium flexi, and D3 is exactly what you see at the show flat. Okay, if you can remember, D3, 4-bedroom premium plus flexi itself. Okay, it's our stack 11 and stack 12. There's a bit of a price between 11 and 12, about 40 to 60K difference itself. Why is that so? Because on stack 12, right? Okay, not only can you view the pool, but also because you can view some of the hill around here itself. Okay, so that's why there's a price difference between 11 and 12 itself. Not major, probably about 57,000 averagely difference itself. So the entry level for stack 11, if your appetite is not too good, then choose the whole stack 11, okay? Because starting price is only slightly less than 2 mil for NPS itself. And the highest floor goes up to 2.092. So this is something very, very enticing for our D3, okay? Stack 12, 1432 square feet, okay? This is here, our premium ones, starting price 2.05 mil, really, this is a steal if you can get it, if you can afford it, of course. And then on the 14th floor, 1412, your local is not even near to 2.2 yet, 2.149. Very good price, okay? So if I were you, if it's within your affordability, both stacks almost equivalent views itself. Probably 12 will a slightly better one because it's nearer to the pool. You can see the water, you can see the mountain. Like what a lot of feng shui masters say, you must have water and wood, you know, to support your chi itself. So probably 12 and 11 will do you good itself. So shortlist all the units, tell our agents which level you prefer upwards, and then work on it. Now, if you are a person who likes the pool view, please do not choose so high. That is for sure. Because if you choose higher than 5th or 6th floor, the pool makes no much of a difference. Okay. So if you enjoy your pool views, choose something lower between the 1st to probably our 5th and 6th floor itself. Okay. So that's our 4 premium D3. All right. Now next, our 5-bedroom premium plus flexi E1. This is the dream house for a lot of Singaporeans out there. Okay, so the entry ones is of course stack 21. You know why is it slightly lower? Okay, also because of the distance to the pool itself. So stack 2 and stack 3 are our pool facing ones. Starting price slightly below 2.2 mil, slightly below 2.2 mil. And the difference between stack 2 and stack 21 and stack 2 and 3, the difference is only about 5 to 10K. So it makes a difference. So if you're looking at 5-bedroom at Altura, please, you might as well choose every unit because every unit itself is only a 5,000 to 10,000 difference in price for NPS and UPS. Okay, so 5-bedroom maximum for 14th floor, not the penthouse, the 14th floor unit, you're going for the 2.3 million. All right, something that's unheard of for 5-bedroom launch. All right. Okay, so as promised, how much more is 40,000 in price difference? So let's take this example, choice A on the left, choice B on the right. So choice A, you buy something about 1.6 million. Choice B, you know, your preferred choice has been taken and then something costs about 40,000 more, then you start to worry, it's 40K more. You keep telling yourself 40K, but how much is 40K more in terms of taxes? How much is 40K more in terms of installment? And how much is 40K more in terms of down payment? All right, so let's break it down. Okay, break it down. Okay, so for buyer stamp duty, to pay at 1.6 is 49,600. Okay, but if you buy something at 40K more, it's only cost you about less than 2,000. Okay, less than 2,000. So that's one. Okay, stamp duty. So in terms of price, in terms of stamp duty difference, it's less than $2,000. And then in terms of installment, assuming you take a 75% loan over it, assuming you take a 75% loan over it, the installment is only $152. Not much difference. $152 to be frank. Most part of it you take from a CPF. If there's only $152 difference between two stacks itself, it really makes no much a difference in your pocket, especially those who are gainfully employed. Okay, then how about down payment? The worry part is about down payment, right? The difference in down payment is only 12,000. It's not 40,000. So don't see 40,000 as a barrier for you to decide on getting one unit in Altura. But instead, break it down, get our agents to use your Sales Plus app to break it down. The difference in payment is only $12,000 more. Okay, 12K more. All right, so not as much as you think it is. Okay, so let's do this. Key factor one, affordability. All right, so why get Altura? Definitely affordability. I've shown you prices in Mist, I've shown you prices in Botany, I've shown you prices in Lentor Hills residences. Okay, so affordability is definitely a key factor. Why? Because when you buy something cheaper than what the market is offering you, then you have this price gap advantage when you do your resale next time. You are not going to stay in Altura forever. Although it's a 99-year lease, I'm quite sure you won't stay here for the rest of your, or until you pass on to your children, but 60, 70 years down the road. Probably 10, 15 years down the road, you will talk to your agent and say, look, James, I want to sell my unit. And how much can I sell? Let me tell you, based on the current market, what you can see at Stowe Acres, what you can see at Wonderville, what you can see at Rainforest, all the ECs in Choa Chu Kang in the west, or even Lake Life itself in Jurong itself. The affordability part has been maintained lower because it's easy. But the moment when they exit, that's where they gain, because they sell at the prevailing market price. All right? Okay, so due to its favorable entry price, many buyers still choose ECs even though they can afford new launches. Of course, because of the price. All right. So if I tell you that the average price, okay, for Copen Grand for the last few units that were sold there has already hit $1,005 per square feet, then you know if you buy Altura around the same price, you are paying something at the market price. Okay, at the market price. So these are what was transacted at Copen Grand, which was sold out within 2 months, okay, right over at Tengah itself, very near us, very near Altura itself. So these already transacted prices. So you can see that, you know, with the even when it was sold out, it was going for 1,005. So if you're getting between currently, between 1,450 to 1,550, then you are paying a market price for EC. It's not overpriced. Okay. Then, of course, Ternate, I think we are left with only one 5-bedroom, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, but I remember it's 1 or 2 5-bedroom left. Okay, their price is almost similar to Copen Grand's price. Okay, so benchmark EC price, hot ECs, hotly contested ECs, well taken ECs are priced currently now hit about $1,005 per square feet already. So what is the development average for Altura? Okay, so this is it. All right, we are about 40% lower than what the current market is offered right now for new launches. So Altura development average is about 1,433. DPS is about 1,477. So on average, it's about 1,450, $1,450 per square feet development wide. All right. So this kind of price for 1,433, you are gaining an immediate paper gain itself, because what we have in the market right now is costing about $2,000 per square feet above. And this is easily about 44% to 46% difference. All right. So these are the 3 condominiums that I compare with in terms of price. So there's a 40% price gap between you and the rest. So this gives you a good start to your first condominium that you own in Singapore. All right. So a newspaper article came out, new launch versus new EC. What is the price gap? So they found out that the price gap between new condominiums, if you look at the papers here, and resale ones has achieved more than 70%, meaning new condos out there cost 70% more than resale condos. So this becomes quite a worrying sign. Should I buy new condos itself? But what if I break down the numbers and let you see how much is the difference between new launch versus new EC and resale condo versus new EC? So this is my job today. So let's look at the graph in the middle. For the OCR market, I found that from the data they have collected from HProp itself, we are probably about 57% difference in price between a new launch in the OCR market and a brand new EC in the current market in Singapore. So there is already a gap between new launch condominium and new launch EC, close to 60%. Then I start to compare resale condo with new EC itself. Then I found out in the OCR market, which is where Altura is, okay, the price gap is 5%, meaning resale condo costs 5% more than EC. So if you can buy something cheaper yet newer, or even on par in price for that matter, of course you'll get something newer, right? So if you go to if you're waiting to buy a Mercedes, why would you want to buy an older Mercedes when you can buy a new Mercedes at the same price? So this is something that a lot of Singaporeans have this mentality going on. All right, so they want something new, like all Singaporeans. I like new cars for that matter, but because of COE, sometimes we are outpriced. So sometimes no choice if we go for resale. But if I have the chance, all right, to go for a newer Mercedes, I will go for it if it's the same price. So the price gap between resale condo and new EC is about 5%. All right, so very narrow. Not as big a gap as what the paper has stated for brand new condo versus resale condos. Okay, so let's do this. Let's focus in the west. Let's do Bukit Batok. I have to take Stowe Acres because there are no other MOP ECs around to compare with. So I took Copen Grand, I took Le Quest, and I took Stowe Acres. And I chart out this graph. Okay, this graph is what you see here. All right, then I found out that the price difference, you have seen earlier what Copen Grand is achieving, right? Okay, and how much Le Quest is. Le Quest is actually very, very near. If you come to the show floor, you have seen Le Quest, okay, where it's a mixed development resale condo itself currently now. All right, the price difference between Altura and Le Quest is 11%. 11%. So for every $1 million you put in for Altura, probably on average, Le Quest will cost you about 1.1 million. Okay, 11% more. All right, so your entry price for Altura is very safe at about 1,450 per square feet. This is something I'm very grateful for the developer for honoring their promise to us. Okay, so this is something you take note of. So the price difference between a resale condo nearest to Altura and what we are potentially going to price ourselves with is already 11%. So it's very safe. So again, this analogy, get something newer instead of something older if it's cheaper. Correct? Make no sense for you to go for older ones if you can afford it. And of course, EC has this beauty. You know you don't have to pay additional buyer stamp duty. You're not forced to sell away your HDB first. So you can stay in your HDB first until Altura TOP, sell your HDB and move into Altura. So that is why it's very comfortable for EC. And that is the privileged ones that one of the enticing points, one's accessibility of EC for Singaporeans. Okay? All right, so is lower entry price important for exit gains? So of course, like I said earlier, you won't be staying in Altura forever. Is lower entry price important? Let's check this figure out. So I took 3 different developments here, but they're right next to each other. I took one Canberra, which is over here, 8 courtyards is over here, Yishun Emerald. If you know the North well, Yishun Emerald is probably the oldest condominium you can find in Yishun. Then 8 courtyard is slightly newer, but yet one Canberra, which is EC, is the newest. So let's look at this. Let's look at this figure. One Canberra being orange, 8 courtyard is light blue, Yishun Sapphire is dark blue. So what is the gain? You can see clearly in 2022 last year, there were a lot of transactions in terms of volume for one Canberra. Why? Because Singaporeans like to buy something newer. All right, Singaporeans like to buy something newer. So that's why when your EC hits MOP, you will see a lot of transactions, which is good for you. More transaction means the price of the development will increase. All right, so you can see clearly from here, in spite of having an opportunity to buy something bigger, okay, but you know, they didn't go for it. They instead of the 100% of these 3 units, so 50% of the resale units were taken up by one Canberra, which is EC. So let's just look at gains itself. If you look at this figure here, all right, so one Canberra was launched roughly in 2012, 2013. Now this figure, what is it trying to tell you? The orange color being one Canberra, which is an EC, was lower than the resale price of a Yishun Sapphire, but also much lower than 8 courtyards itself, because both of them are private. But within these 10 years, if you check out the gains itself, the average price growth itself, you see one Canberra has gained a whopping 60%. Every 1 million you put in, right, you have gained 600,000. That's the meaning of 60%. All right. Whereas in 8 courtyards, which is slightly newer than Yishun Sapphire, has gained only 45%. All right, about 25% lower. All right, if it's a million, it's about 250,000. Okay, my distinguished guest of ERA. Of course, Yishun Sapphire being so old, right, still able to gain, so probably about 30%. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Why is this happening? Because right now, you have spoken to our agent, you have spoken to our bankers, the financial part is a bit tough because of the MSR. I agree. All right, but if you can bite this bullet, next time when your Altura is for sale, okay, if it's for sale in the resale market in 8 years' time, 3 years of construction, 5 years of MOP, and then you will find that the buyers coming in are go under TDSR. All right, so if it's TDSR, of course, the affordability becomes even wider. Okay, so that is why people can afford to buy something much higher than what they can buy at one Canberra initially. This phenomenon applies to all ECs I've seen for the past 10 years. All right, for the past 10 years. Okay, so this is important. Why lower entry price is important? Reason number two, very simple. ECs are profitability serial winners. How profitable are they? Let's do this. All right, so if I take three different graphs here, I see in residential market for the past 10 years, resale HDB has grown about 18.4%, whereas resale condo has gained about 26%. But resale EC, those just MOP and sell in the market, has gained about 50%. So out of the three possible scenarios, three possible real estate out there that you can buy, probably EC are still the top performer for the past 10 years. Okay, so this newspaper article summarizes out of the 5 top gainers in the OCR market, 4 of them are ECs in the West area. And the 4 I can tell you, they are Wonderville, Soul Acres, Rainforest, okay, and of course Lake Life. Okay, so these are how profitable ECs are. All right, so if you start to compare how EC perform versus resale in the West, you'll find that Wonderville has gained about 71%, Lake Life has gained about 44%. Truly, very, very profitable for ECs. Okay. Okay, so this is Soul Acres transaction. They are profiting about close to 800,000, annualized gain about 8%. Unbelievable. Soul Acres is not far away from Altura. My brother is the owner of Soul Acres. Okay, so when this kind of profit margin that you see, probably you're sitting on a gold mine if you buy an EC. Okay, how about Wonderville? All right, also right next to the Choa Chu Kang MRT station. Okay, healthy gains about 700,000 kind of profit. All right, averaging about 7 to 8% on gains. All right, in any investment that you put in, I always tell my customer, exit plans are important. Entry price is safe, good. But how about exit plan? Is there a market for my condominium when I sell it next time? All right, so these are important. This will help you, in your future financing as well. All right, so what are the exit plans available for Altura? Let me go through with you. First and foremost, you must see around here. All right, surrounding where Altura is. You can see a lot of UC here. UC here doesn't mean unarmed combat. UC here means uncompleted. Okay, so all these are all BTOs. What are all these BTOs? These BTOs are those people that cannot buy Altura because they have committed to HDB stating that they have bought a 4-room flat or 3-room flat or 5-room flat. Now there's a whopping 24,000 BTOs surrounding Altura, and it will increase close to 42,000 in 1 or 2 years' time. 42,000 kind of BTOs surrounding you. So all these upgraders, when next time when the MOP is fulfilled, they'll most likely look for condominiums around where they stay. Okay, so that they can upgrade their lifestyle. Why? Because the children then would have anchored themselves in schools nearby, and you should know by now which is one of the famous schools that is near to Altura, which is ACS. So a lot of them will anchor their children. They wouldn't want to travel too far to fetch their children to school. So this is something important. So with all these BTOs around, it's not only about transformation. More importantly, are there any upgraders around you? Many upgraders. So that determines your exit plan itself. So this is important. Okay, of course, you know it by now. You should know it better than me. The Jurong Lake District, and of course the Jurong Regional Line itself, the MRT station. JID will attract close to 95,000 jobs, and JID is really not far from Altura. So plus the interlink with the MRT station called the Jurong Regional Line, okay, there will be at least 95,000 jobs created in the near future. Creation of jobs is important. Why? Because demand for real estate will be there. So if there are people working within the JID itself, the demand for real estate, whether is it for rental or for sale, will definitely pick up. Okay, so that's how transformation in the West will help you besides the BTO owners itself. Okay, so this is where ACS is. This diameter is 500 meters, not 1 click. Okay, ACS is within 1 kilometer from Altura. Say bye. Okay, so I always like this, and I say this again, there are upgraders there looking to buy resale EC within the same estate. Why? Because I recently done a case, I told them last year, this seller of this particular BTO here after MOP and asked me to look around for, he wants to upgrade into condominium, and finally he settled down at Amore, which is an EC itself. Why? He told me, because my son's school is here. So when your son and your daughters are anchored in the primary school around Tengah and Bukit Batok, the upgraders will tend to find resale condominiums that is surrounding the school itself. So Altura surrounding Bukit View Primary School, surrounding ACS itself, you can be for sure the 24,000 BTOs I mentioned to you earlier, they are looking at condominiums to buy around where the children is studying. Okay. Okay, so this is another example. I'll skip this. So what is the future pricing like for new launches? Some say, James, is the market cooling? Will the market drop below 2,000? No, not this year, neither will be next year. So this being said, right, $2,000 per square feet is the new norm for new launches now, and some hitting about 2003, 2004 for OCR market. If you can get something at $1,500 per square feet, new launch, then my sincere advice to you is take it if you are given a chance. All right. Okay, so these are some of the OCR new launches in Lentor itself, going for easily above 2,000. All right, some bonus points. Okay, like most of my price analysis consumer seminar, I always throw a bit of bonus points for all our clients from ERA. Is every unit a good unit? Should I buy a new or resale EC? All right, so some bonus points that I share very quickly. Yeah, very quickly. Now, when we start to say every unit is a good unit, the good unit itself is determined by you. Okay, if view is not important to you, what is more important to you is a livable space inside, whether they have a study room for me, whether they have a storeroom like a bomb shelter for me, then every unit is good to you if you like the floor plan. So is the phasing important as well? So all these things are important. Why? Because last time, okay, people tend to have this misconception that, you know, if you buy something very inferior in terms of view itself, you won't make money out of it. Let's go into what the resale market for EC out there is speaking about this kind of figure. Okay, so this is something that I've done for myself, and I'm going to draw to you what happened to this friend of mine. All right, so when he first bought Ecopolitan, which was in Punggol itself, is an EC, also by Qing Qian. Okay, he only bought it for this many years ago, in 2013, exactly 10 years ago. He bought it for close to 700,000. But this was one of the last few units. What happened was this facing here, C1, faces the tennis court here. This is the power generator. This is the rubbish chute collection area. Not very enticing. He's on the first floor. He's on the first floor. So he asked me, I said, this is the only unit left, go for it. So what he mined earlier was actually debunked when I sold this unit for him. Why? Because he worries the next time he sells, he won't be getting the kind of profit that other people are seeing around the development itself. So first and foremost, I asked him, one, what is your entry price? 700,000. Is it safe? Yes, safer than those inside within the pool. Why? Because the pool ones are primarily priced now. All right, so this is within its affordability. Two, when we start to sell in the market, not every unit will sell together. Meaning, it cannot be when MOP is rich, right? Everyone will sell together. There will be only selective sellers that will sell. So the supply is definitely up, it's definitely lower than the demand itself. So lo and behold, I sold for 1.1 for him. He has gained about 400,000 despite the view. All right, despite the view. All right, so this is my own personal transaction itself. How about if I bring you to Sengkang now, where Vales is? Sengkang, when we started selling Vales EC, we had this problem. People at ERA, we had this problem. The problem is it is facing the Sengkang General Hospital. And one of my clients, I remember, pointed to me, hey, there's the mortuary there, you know, how can we buy it? All right, how can we buy it? But because this is the kind of lower entry price they can get, those people who bought probably Stack 23. Stack 23 is here. Okay, Stack 23 is here. Okay, Stack 23 faces on the second floor. You look at this unit here, second floor, 0223, right? It faces the cross junction, it faces the LRT track, it faces the MRT, the hospital itself. Okay, so it's triple whammy. So when I started to dwell into a transaction, I found out that this person actually made a quite decent profit, you know, about 339,000 despite the view. So that is why I say, when you choose a unit itself, it is how comfortable you are in the floor plans. Anything else, okay, is about price, is about height, is about how you, what kind of design you like. So if everything fits, then just go for it, because you don't have to worry about resale next time. It will sell by itself for EC. Why? Because of the lower entry price. All right. So this is Stack 23. I also took Stack 36, which is here, facing the LRT track and the entrance to where most ambulances will drive in. You know what I mean, right? Okay, so this is on the second floor also. And I found out he has almost equivalent gain as the person who sold in 0223. So views are not important next time when you're the resale market. Why? Because there's only that limited kind of units for them to buy. Okay, so that is views. Okay, then I took Stowe Acres where my brother is staying, Stowe Acres. So I took Stowe Acres in an example. Why? Because first of all, at stack 24 and 26, right, it faces not only the tennis court, which is right in front of these two stacks itself, it faces Esso station itself. And if that is not enough, it also faces the LRT track. Okay, so again, a triple whammy. And then I dwell into the price gain for this person who sold it on the 8th floor on stack 57, which is here. This corner here, 57, he has made a whopping close to 600K profit. Okay, the resale buyer, if given no choice, will still have to buy the unit itself. And then how about stack 59 itself, which is at this portion here, also made close to 622,000 profit margin. All right, so this is how safe. This is why I say every unit is still a good unit in the future itself, because prices are factored in. Good views one will definitely pay a premium. Okay, not so ideal kind of view one will still be, in terms of price, will be lower. So it's something that you have to give and take. Okay, more importantly, is the layout good for you? Is it comfortable for you? That is important. Okay, so should I buy new or resale EC? All right, so what we have in the market right now, okay, so I compare two different EC, Twin Fountains in Woodlands and La Casa in Woodlands itself. Okay, La Casa is actually a very, very old EC, one of the pioneer ECs at Woodlands itself. Twin Fountains MOP last year. And then I found in terms of transaction, and I compare with another older condo called Norfolk. So Twin Fountains MOP in 2021 started selling, La Casa MOP in 2013, Norfolk's MOP in 2005. So three different kind of condos. Let's see the transaction. If you look at the past 10 years, all right, you can see Twin Fountains have gained 56%, La Casa has only gained 20%, and Norfolk's only about 17%. Why? Because every Singaporeans that buy a resale market, they won't mind the price because TDSI is factored in. More importantly, they want something newer. Okay, so if you are thinking of buying something older here, instead, okay, in this price point here, which is cheaper than Twin Fountains, you will find that your gains is only 17%. So for every $1 million you put in here, you'll gain 172,000. But if you take the brave step to get the EC like Twin Fountain, probably you enter about this area, you have gained about 56%, which is for every $1 million you put in, you have gained 560,000. So that is the critical point, how new and resale newer condos when compared to older condos. Okay, the growth itself, the growth. So three key reasons why Altura. I covered affordability, I covered in the price matrix point of view, the price comparison itself, and also the different price range for different unit types at Altura. How profitable ECs are and how this relate to Altura. I also covered this. And lastly, of course, the first mover advantage you have in the Tengah estate itself. Okay, so that being said, thank you very much. So if you're still holding on to a better ticket, please drop it by tomorrow. Our cutoff time is 8 p.m. tomorrow. And then more importantly, once you drop the ticket, discuss with our ERA agents, shortlist as many units as possible, like I mentioned to you earlier. Okay, like I mentioned to you earlier. So if you have dropped it, I want to wish you best of luck on Friday. I really, really hope every one of you here will get the top 100, slot, the first slots for the balloting on Friday. And on Saturday, I will see you there at my office in Toa Payoh. Thank you very much, everyone. I will see you soon. See you tomorrow. Cheers.